gentlemen, welcome to the Paul Morton Cup Pre Show. I'm Scotty B. I'm here with EC Dangerously, Prince Malik, and Bobby Lee. And over the next hour, we're going to talk to several of the SOM superstars about their matches tonight, plus get some history with our 10-year anniversary here at the School of Morton. Now, Malik,
yes,
you've been around since the dawn of time, SOM.
every single one of them. Every single one of them. So the bald eagle, that is Paul Morton. That's what this thing is all about. Ricky Morton's father, the man that tried to talk Ricky Morton out of being a professional wrestler. If you want to believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky didn't listen to him. That's why we're here all these years later.
What's so funny is Ricky also tried to talk Kerry out of being a wrestler.
How'd that work out?
It didn't work out at all. BC, this is your first Paul Morton Cup.
That's right, my first Paul Morton Cup. I'm super excited to see everything that's going down. Of course, since I've been here, I've had run-ins with Commodore Legion. I'm excited to see Legion in action tonight, and hopefully get his ass kicked by RT3. Aside from that, I am so hyped to be here with my uncle, with Malik, with you, Scotty B. I'm so glad to be a part of SOM for this.
So, he brought up Commodore Legion versus RT3. That's our opening contest tonight. And so, you guys have been around enough, the past several months. I've not seen such animosity as I have between these two. What do you see happening tonight, Malik?
I see RT3, I've always called him a cockroach. I've always said that you can't get rid of him. He's been here forever, he'll never go away, but I also have a lot of respect for RT3. And I don't think he's dealt with anything like Commodore. We haven't dealt with anything like Commodore before, so I think that's going to be the thing that's going to make the difference.
Bobby, what's your prediction on this?
As long as he doesn't sing Hit Red Eyes again, then I am totally fine with it. This guy has three favorites every week, and he has just shown the worst in human being.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the worst of the makers. And I
I've
have
seen him right
I
now. What? I don't know what you say about
But he brings up a good point. We've not seen the likes of Commodore Legion here in a long time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, and I've been all around before I ever got brought into SOM. Commodore Legion, he is one of those people that you normally would find locked behind multiple sets of highly secured doors. So the fact that he's here at SOM and tried to pull the wool over our eyes along with Dixie, I am 100% pulling for RT3 in this match tonight.
Well, I tell you guys, it's going to be something that we'll be talking about for quite some time.
We're going to get Victor Andrews versus Coop to see who trains harder.
This is Shoe! Out of Brooklyn, New York, Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews!
We're going to see who trains harder than the other one. Look at this stare down between these two.
They didn't even get to their...
Didn't get to take their jackets off. The bell rings. Sweep shoot across. Up and over he goes. That's
And
right.
that was
he
it.
goes. There's another one. Going back and forth. That one stumbled Shoop into the ropes. Shoop says he trains harder. Ooh. Shoop about out on his feet there trying to shake that one off. Hits the ropes. There's a forearm. Caught him. Didn't even let him rebound. Of the back. Victor Andrews up. Big spine buster. That's a spine buster. Another roll up. That's a 2. Another roll up. That's a 2. And he kicks out. No way. No way. No way. It's a draw, but ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time.
Shoot, we are super close to that Paul Morton Cup. Victor Andrews talking about him training harder than you.
You're damn right. He's talking about training harder than me. Posting all these social media warrior videos that's going to get him clicks. But guess what? None of those workouts you're doing, Vic, are going to help you in that ring. Shoop trains harder, so I'm the best looking athlete on every single show, the most powerful athlete on every single show, and the strongest athlete on every single show. I don't care how many likes, I don't care how many clicks I get. All I do is train harder so I can win championships at School of Morton and all across the country. See, Vic, you work very, very hard, and all that stuff you're doing is impressive. It ain't gonna save you in the ring, because you cannot out-train the routine. All you need to
Well, Shoop had some choice words for Victor Andrews.
Obvious that you're not a student of the game and you don't watch the product, because a great man said, when you mention someone's name, they always come out. You claim to train harder, you claim to be the very best. Well, show me.
Very hard to watch the product when I'm here every single week. You've been out training and I ain't seen nothing different about you. You want to see how hard I've been training? Bring out an opponent for me and they'll find out the harder way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Moore answering the challenge from Shoop. Look, Shoop trains hard, and there it is, the flipping neck breaker. 1, 2, 3, and staring down Victor Andrews as he pins his opponent.
And here,
Shoop going out to meet Andrews here.
You still think you can hang with me? When we went toe-to-toe about a month ago, no, you do not tell Shoop to shut his mouth. When we went toe-to-toe a month ago, and we had 30 more seconds on the clock, I had you right where I wanted you. It doesn't matter how many times I have to beat you, Shoop will always train harder.
My turn.
What?
My turn. Another time limit draw. Victor proving a point. Right hook.
Advantage of a young man is what he's doing.
I think that's it. No way. And just like that,
he ain't gonna do that to Shoop.
Victor
Shoop is a grown man.
Andrews just beat Zach Thomas with a punch.
That 15-minute time limit draw match, man, that was one for the records. I think we can go one step further. Paul Morton Cup, you two, 30-minute Iron Man match.
Hey, there we go.
And
Finally,
now taking it 30.
finally good. Finally good. I think it's finally good that Andrews is gonna get some competition because he's been.
30-minute Iron Man
I
match.
am here with the man who will face Shoop in a 30-minute Iron Man match later tonight. This is Roosevelt, somebody who we used to know everything about, and I feel like we know nothing now. First off, Roosevelt, correct?
Absolutely.
Why the name change and why now?
For 15 years, I was Victor Andrews, and I think I've done everything I can as Victor Andrews. I've had some great opportunities. I've had some really big moments on TV. But I think it's time that we give Roosevelt some time to give.
And speaking of time to play, one thing that I can't help but notice since Roosevelt has come out is the attire. When it comes to competing in the ring, normally a lot of guys would get in here, trunks or something like that. We've seen you compete in part of your suit. Is this something that we can expect from the new Roosevelt?
Hey, you don't know what to expect, okay? The reason for the suit is I like to fight. I'll fight in anything. I'll fight in a paper bag if I have to. Whoever wants to get this ring with me is going to get a banquet. And you're going to have a hard time to be able to get away from me with this PYT.
And PYT, of course, meaning protect your teeth.
Absolutely, that one hit or quitter, that's all you need.
And so speaking of knocking somebody out with one hit, tonight you'll be facing Shoop in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Now, the rules of an Iron Man match, of course, whoever has the most falls at the end of 30 minutes will be the winner. Have you ever competed in a match like this before?
30 minutes is a warm-up for me, brother. I've been in a 60-minute match where I've actually exceeded my limits in the 60 minutes. After the match, I got out and I went to wrestling training for a whole hour and a half. Now, everyone wants to talk about how Shoot trains hard, whatever that means, right? I take nothing away from the man. He does train very hard, but no one trains to the extent of the way I train. You ever heard of Goku? Dragon Ball Z? I'm Goku personified. You see, the problem with Shoot is the problem with a lot of guys, is that everybody has a dream until reality hits them in the face. But allow me to introduce Shoot to the reality personified.
Like I said, 30-minute Ironman match. Roosevelt will take on Shoot later tonight. Roosevelt, thank you so much for joining me, and good luck this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bobby Lee, and I am here with one half of the East Tennessee Tag Team Champions, the Golden Child, Evan Golden. Evan, tonight you guys have got a big, big order, and it's a lot of ice cream coming your way. What's going to happen when you get a hold of the ice cream truck?
Look, it's a lot of diabetes headed our way. Look, we don't have anything to worry about tonight. Our ice cream truck is to fear us. G3E is quite simply the greatest thing that's ever happened to SOM. Do you really think, Bobby, for real, that we're going to lose these titles? Come on, come on.
Well, from what I've seen, you go to pieces every time that there's a clown around, and you guys are not even half the size of ice cream truck.
These rumors are false. These are false allegations. I am not afraid of clowns. That's just a lot of mumbo jumbo, a lot of scuttlebutt, a lot of talk. Okay, Evan Golden does not fear clowns. And tonight, Bobby, you're gonna see. I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm Evan Golden. I'm not afraid of anything.
Except for an ice cream truck.
No, I'm not.
A clown.
No, I'm not, Bobby. Just
He's a big clown.
What's that noise? Are they here? Are they here right now? Hold on. Just stay right here. Don't move. Okay? Are they coming out? What's going on? Are you serious? Turn that off. Really? Are they in the ring? Where are they at? Is this a setup? Is this a setup? Do you know who I am? I'm Evan Golden. I'm the Golden Child. You can't set me up with clowns. Don't think about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that answers my question. And tonight, it's going to be ice cream truck versus the Gen 3 Express. Those East Tennessee Tag Team
We're not
titles.
afraid. I'm not afraid.
Hello everyone, Scotty B here with Dump Truck, one half of Ice Cream Truck, who tonight will face the Gen 3 Express for the East Tennessee Tag Team Champions. So let's get the obvious question out of the way, Dump. Where's Squeaks right now?
Squeaks is at the ice cream parlor right now making Gen 3's special goodbye ice cream.
That's very kind.
Yeah, I mean, this is the least we can do when we take the East Tennessee Tag Team titles.
So you're obviously very confident that you and Squeaks can take out Gen 3. Now you realize Gen 3 Express, they're guys with a long history of wrestling throughout their families.
And I take nothing away from any of them. But we beat them twice. Our debut, we became #1 contenders for the East Tennessee Tag Titles. Ice Cream Truck was born and bred for this business. We were born and bred to be champions. And now, Chucky, Tennessee, East Tennessee, baby, now you're gonna find out.
Wow, strong words from Dump Truck. Dump, before I let you go, just one last thing. You know, you guys have been around all over the Southeast here, and I know you and I have talked in the back before, you've heard a lot. You and Squeaks, you're not a traditional looking team. So, you know, you walk in, guys aren't sure what to think of you. They think, oh, card concessions, they're coming after it, right?
I know it looks kind of funny, a redneck and a clown. And it shouldn't make sense. And it shouldn't work.
No, it really shouldn't.
But it does.
I'll give you that.
See, Squeaks has got qualities that I don't. I have qualities that Squeaks don't. So what we do, we merge the two together to make one. And then we win.
That's dirty.
It's always dirty.
So,
almost sleazy.
Two things that I just thought of that I need to know. Number one, if you and Squeaks can pull off the impossible and win the East Tennessee Tag Team Championships tonight, how are you going to celebrate?
See, if is a big word. I don't believe in if. I believe that we will. And what we're going to do to celebrate, ice cream for everybody.
I like the sound of that.
While KC and his laying on the mat, I'm going to serve them ice cream my damn self.
Oh, I've got to see that. You brought the last one yourself. America wants to know. Favorite kind of ice cream?
Superman.
That's an ice cream?
That's an ice cream.
What's in it?
Everything. Just like we're going to take everything in School of Morton.
Guys, you just heard from Dump Truck tonight for the East Tennessee Tag Team Championships. Dump Truck and his partner Squeaks the Clown, Ice Cream Truck, will take on the Gen 3 Express.
Boom!
All right, Amp, let's see what's going on.
Doc, you said I'd be able to see.
Well, sometimes it takes a little longer than we thought, but we're going to see what's happening, okay?
All right, man. I trust you, Doc.
It's getting there.
I trust you.
Okay, one more thing. It's off.
It's super bright.
That's normal after having the bandage on that long.
I'm trying to open them. I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, just keep trying. It'll take a minute.
All I see is white. I can't see anything, doctor. I can't see nothing.
You just give it another minute and we'll see how it goes.
Doc, you said I'd be able to see. I'm not seeing nothing.
All right, you're back going all the way now.
I still can't see, Doc. I don't know what's going on. It's just all white.
How's it feeling?
It burns.
Light got a gun! Light got a gun!
Bring him on over here. What happened to him? Lay him on the
Light
stage.
got a gun! Light got a gun!
Mud, baby. Chocolate mama, it hurts so bad. I'm gonna take care of you. Oh. Oh, chocolate mama. Oh. Oh, chocolate mama. Oh, I can't see. Oh, it's so bright. Hey, I'm gonna get you right. What is that? That smell like that poo. Oh, boy, shut up and lay down. I'm trying to hear you like a god. Oh, check them out.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. It's Evan Golden. I'm having a really hard time seeing right now. Am I in the right building? Is this the Chucky Dome? I can't really tell. Hold on a second. Yep, this is the ring I own. You know what? It's such a shame that I can't see anything because I'm blind and the doctor couldn't do anything about it. It's just an absolute shame. You know, I'm reminding myself a lot of Dominic, who needs to realize that just because he's blind as a bat, he needs to man up and let his balls drop. The golden child is here. Amp Dominic,
What you need to realize is very simple. I know you can't see a thing, but you need to see clearly that tonight you are gonna feel the burn. This is the business that we've chosen. Accidents happen, and just because all you idiots think that I purposely poisoned Amp Dominic, that's not true. Those are false allegations. It was an accident, and accidents happen, Amp. But the fact of the matter is, you can't see a thing, and you're just gonna have to get over it. I was born from greatness, trained by greatness, and destined for greatness, and Evan Golden will be East Tennessee champion at Paul Morton Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bobby Lee, and I am here with the Paul Morton Cup. This match is going to be a Rumble-style match, and you are surrounded by all of the people that, well, just a portion of the people that are going to be in this match. First off, we've got the Extraordinary Gentlemen's Club sitting here. How are you guys going to function in this match with being a tag team, but you're going to have to go at each other that night?
First of all, Bobby Lee, you never watched a Rumble-style match, you moron. Tag teams tend to shine, idiot, because we can work together to get rid of the other jabronis, and then, of course, Mr. Dulane will eliminate himself and let me win the match.
No, I'm not eliminating myself. I was the first winner, remember that.
That's what we
agreed to. What you agreed to. Well, as I said, it's every man for himself. Speaking of, Zach Thomas.
Everyone knows I'm the quickest out here. Even me and you were buddies, but I'll throw you out, not care. Any one of you, easy. Especially you two. Doesn't matter if you work together.
Easy. Bro, I got steaks bigger than
Work
you.
together, we work against each other. I'll get both of y'all out too.
I eat steaks bigger than you, pal.
Well, it's definitely squaring off in here. Josh Anderson, give it to it.
Well, I'm going to take out all of y'all and throw you over the road. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yeah, I'm coming after you.
I mean, I've got to ask though, you two are, I mean, beanpoles compared to these guys. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to call it like it is, guys. I mean, you guys are two of the smallest in here. I mean, how do you expect to throw somebody the size of Sean Cruz over the top?
My bicep is really bigger than your chest.
Well, I'm going to beat you down, and then we'll throw you over.
Wow, you're funny.
Well, especially if you little guys, we can team up on any one of you. We don't matter, we'll work against each other perfectly fine.
He's both you guys together.
How are you going to team up, man? This is what I'm talking about. This is the disrespect from the youth coming up in this sport of professional wrestling, and I'm sick of it, okay? That's why I do things the old school way. And both you morons, you greenhorns, are going to find that out the hard way, okay? Why don't you shut your mouth? Because God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And come Paul Morton Cup, you're going to find out why.
Speaking of newbies, the Iron Raider, what you got for the Paul Morton Cup?
You know, I may be new to School of Morton, but I can't be more honored and more thrilled to be in the Rumble. And let me tell each one of y'all something. You guys don't know me, and that gives me the biggest advantage for this Rumble. Y'all know my movesets, y'all know what I'm capable of, y'all know my strength level, my speed level. And I promise you, when we step in the ring, I will show each and every one of y'all something that I'm capable of, and that's beating each and every single one of you guys.
Well, Santiago, this is not your first rodeo here. What do you got for these boys?
Well, I battled as the Aztec Jaguar Warrior, and it's no different in the Rumble. I am made for this, and I've been here for a long time, and I think my MS things will kick in, and I will throw every single one of you out as former tie
Try again. Okay. As we were saying, this is the Paul Morton Cup. And you have to be in the favorites list for this match.
Listen, I don't know if you guys remember last year, but I started at the beginning, and I lasted over 30 minutes in the Paul Morton Cup. This year, I'm going all the way to the end. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Mr. Rug over himself right here, Mr. talking so fast I couldn't even understand what he was saying, Mr. Two Toothpicks, they couldn't find their way out of a wet paper sack, or these two idiots who can't even get along. Does not matter, because Sean Cruz is here to win the Paul Morton Cup.
Guys, this is going to be an awesome night. Stay tuned for the Paul Morton Cup.
Do you know the definition of insanity? Some say that it's doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. I say, how dare you try to tell me who I am? Whenever we step into that ring, it becomes heathen ground, unholy heathen territory. And no matter what happens to us, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to hurt us, we can take any pain, punishment, and peril that you can dish out, and we will always get right back up and raise hell right back up again and again and again, because that is what it means to fight endlessly and relentlessly, to live in fear. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Well, look at that, Hunter. You didn't finish the job. Look in my eyes. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. Maybe barely. But you didn't kill me.
Here we are at the Paul Morton Cup, and I know that in the 10 years that the Paul Morton Cup has been going on, there's never been a bigger match than what we're going to have tonight.
Exactly.
And I know that you've done a lot of damage up until now. But tonight, I think we're going to see new heights of violence that we've never seen before in the Chucky Dome. And I think that Hunter Wolf will go down in history as one of the most violent individuals at SOM. You already are. But tonight, I know we're going to take that to another level.
Thank you, Malik, because I am going to take it to another level. You know what, but that keeps me in mind, because this is not my first dungeon match. Last time I checked, the last guy I faced in a dungeon match.
He's gone.
Didn't even show up.
No, he didn't even show up.
He hasn't even been back.
Gone.
Who's to say Ryan's even going to be there?
Last time was gone.
Clown's gone. I haven't seen him in a minute. Last time I checked, Ryan, you were in a hospital, and you couldn't keep my name out of your mouth. You would think of somebody who brags about their love of the relationship. We'd be posting, nice photos with your brand new wife.
Must be nice.
Photos on the beach.
Must be fake.
Anything other than some other guy who puts you in an ambulance. But no. All I've seen is Hunter Wolf this, Hunter Wolf that. Well, guess what, Ryan? Tonight, I'm going to shut you up for the last time, bud. Because, this is the biggest rivalry I've ever seen in 2024. Bigger than Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
That's big.
That's big. Ryan, our last match was Euphoria. Tonight at PMC, you can call it Meet the Grams.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. My guest at this time, Commodore Legion and Envy. Commodore, tonight, Paul Morton Cup, you versus RT3. How did you even get into that match? Why did you guys target RT3?
I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee, your Billy's cousin, right? Billy from the basement. One-eyed Billy that we can't let out when Grandma's eating because she makes us sick. Is that your brother, cousin? Anyway.
Is this really how you treat everybody?
What?
I mean,
I'm treating you with class and
come out
respect.
here and treat Envy like crap. You treat everybody else like crap that walks out here. I mean, what's next? You gonna start kicking kids around, kicking the dog around?
Look, first off, I come out here with class, sophistication. You realize, don't you ever roll your eyes at me. It'll be the last time them eyes roll, when they roll back in your head. You understand? Man, not majestic, son. The man's so hot, even Mother Nature gets wet. The Commodore Legion. I said all that stuff. I'm a man of plan. I'm a man of action. I'm a man of execution.
But why RT3?
Why not? Why not take one of your heroes around here that all y'all stand up and cheer for and thinks the best in the world and just slap him in the face? Show him why his mama should have let him just run down his leg. You understand?
Seems to me like you didn't just walk up and slap him.
I like to think that I did, sir. I took that man on fairly right here, beating him down in front of Rick James and company. You understand? All I did was teach him what Rick James taught me. The great prophet said, the secret of what the five fingers said to the face. RT3, he found out.
Well, I'm definitely hoping that RT3 shows Mr. Commodore Legion
Mr.
a big lesson.
Say it loud, say it with
At
pride.
the All Morton Cup when it's Commodore Legion versus RT3.
Look, baby girl right here, go ahead, take a little twirl for the crowd right there. Yeah. Let me make this crystal for you. Once I run through RT3, once I beat him from pillar to post, once I make that man cry in front of his family, his friends, if he has a girlfriend in the audience, she gonna be taking him to the local infirmary. Once I'm done with this jabron, I go into a Paul Morton Cup. And you know what the Commodore Legion likes just as much as beating down fools? I like trophies, and I like #1 contenderships. And I can tell Bobby Lee, cousin of Billy from the basement, I'm gonna be your new champion, son. You're gonna have my poster on the wall.
Well, let's hope that happens, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with RT3, who later tonight has a no disqualifications match with Commodore Legion. RT3, I have been there for the majority of this. I have seen your conversations with Envy. I was there when she pulled the wool over all of our eyes to allow Commodore Legion to attack you from behind, and this is one of the first opportunities where we get to hear from you and your thoughts on that crazy SOB Commodore Legion.
Listen, the only thing I've been thinking of since that day he drug me out of the ring, ripped my shirt, hit me with a crutch, is getting my hands on Commodore Legion. And I don't know if it's partially my fault for being so gullible and wanting to help others, because that's the way I was raised. If somebody's in trouble or somebody's in need, you want to be there for that person because you don't know how bad it truly is. And something I'm always going to do here is I'm going to be helpful. You know, it may get me in trouble sometimes, but I need to get myself out of this. And thankfully to Scott, tonight's no DQ, so I get to do something I wouldn't do without it being no DQ. I get to hit him with a crutch. If there's a trash can, I'm going to hit him with it. If I can find the powder they threw in my face, I'm gonna pour it down his throat. I'm gonna do everything I can to punish Commodore Legion in this ring, and then later on, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give it my all in the Paul Morton Cup, a match that I've never been able to win. But that's something I definitely need to do at SOM.
Well, speaking of crutches, we know Commodore Legion struggles to compete in any match without the crutch herself, the poison mistress, Envy. Do you think that she's going to play a role in your match tonight, and are you worried that this may turn into a sort of handicap match and not in your favor?
I mean, yeah, that obstacle's always going to be there if she's here. You know, I'm never going to put my hands on a woman, really, never. No matter how it is, I've been slapped in the face before by a woman, and I'm not going to put my hands on a woman. The only thing I can do is look past her and take it out on him, because they're connected. If I punish him, I punish her, without having to lay a hand on her.
You are a respectful man, RT3. Something I can't say about Commodore Legion. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to want to miss this. RT3 takes on Commodore Legion. No disqualification later tonight. RT3, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Sleaze. Mr. Ice, right? So tonight, you've had a lot of controversy since you've been here at SOM, and it's not gotten any less controversial as the last couple of weeks. Tonight, well, to say that you have a unique opportunity tonight that you probably haven't been in that position before. I'm pretty sleazy. You probably have been in that position before.
Only a few times.
Oh yeah. But tonight is a lot different. So for all the folks out there that are wondering what's in the brain of the sleazy one, why don't you let them know what's going to happen tonight at the Paul Morton Cup?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight at the Paul Morton Cup, 10-year anniversary. Let's not forget that. That's right. At the 10-year anniversary, I have the pleasure of being a part of. And what's going to happen is I go one-on-one with none other than Sam Struth.
So it's going to go down.
It's going to go down.
It changed. It's going to happen.
It's going to go down. It's going to go down. Of course, yes, I'm fighting a girl, big whoop, whatever. But let's talk about me. This is what it's all about. It's all about this champion. It's all about the hybrid champion. I have been traveling hours, miles, every single week defending this title. I have made this title more prestigious than anybody that's ever held this title before in the history of this championship. And I will continue to do so week in, week out, every single day. Because when you talk about the sleazy one, you can't talk about it without talking about the hybrid championship. It's like, you can't talk about peanut butter without jelly.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, this is just made for me.
Well, this is a great opportunity for you. You don't get a lot of chance to have this time to talk to your haters. Whenever you start to accomplish great things in life, you're going to get haters, right?
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of haters, especially all the nasty looking swine in Shucky, Tennessee.
Well, this is a great opportunity for you to let them know how you feel about that and how, I know you care less if you change their minds how they feel about you, but this is a great time for you to represent that title and tell them what the sleaziness is all about.
Well, I don't care if they cheer me, I don't care if they boo me, I don't care if they're here, if they're there, I just don't care about their existence at all. Because what matters most is me. It's always going to be me, and that's how it's just going to be. Because sleazy is the new era of School of Morton.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to that. And tonight, like we said, it's going to be a unique opportunity for you and a unique opportunity for all the fans to watch tonight. So it's tonight, SOM, Paul Morton Cup. Be there.
Be there. And also, and still, make sure you repeat that. Make sure you hashtag that. And make sure you let every single person you know that the Sleazy era lives forever.
That perfect forearm.
Suspended for 30 days.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I am the greatest deceiver, and I am the greatest SOM champion to ever step foot in an SOM ring.
I'm the kid that keeps on fighting. I will not stop fighting till that is around my waist. So you're wrong.
Me and you at the Paul Morton Cup. The stipulation of that is it's going to be a last man standing.
Only thing that's going to be said when the dust settles, and new SOM champion, the face of perfection, Blade Gibson.
Because as good as you are, as much as you've overcome throughout the years, father's death, your mom failing as a professional wrestler, losing not one, but 2 girlfriends in the last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the man who will defend his SOM championship tonight in a last man standing match against Blade Gibson, SOM champion Draco. And Draco, earlier tonight, we got to hear from Blade Gibson some of his thoughts on not only this match this evening, but you as a person as well. And I want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to address the one big thing that he said. Is Draco a coward?
I don't know, EC, does a coward hold championships? Does a coward have a resume like mine? Paul Morton Cup winner, Bunkhouse winner, SOM heavyweight champion, East Tennessee heavyweight champion, East Tennessee tag team champion, former X Division champion as well. Tell me, does a coward have that resume?
Well, I think Blade Gibson and most of the Chucky Dome themselves would agree that cowards might not have that resume, but cowards might enter a match under the identity of a ghost. Cowards might refuse to have a one-on-one match that was earned by Blade Gibson. Cowards might attack a man from behind. Cowards might attack a man's deceased father during a contract signing.
See, what you call being a coward, I call strategy. It's all about mind games, it's all about getting in his head. And as you know, if you follow along, that's one of the biggest things that I do here in the last 10 years. I have been a mastermind in getting in people's minds and messing with their heads and getting in tune with their feelings to where they don't know what to do. And when the time comes, they end up choking every time.
Well, one thing that we've heard since our North Green show got released from all the fans is, does Draco not think he can beat Blade Gibson? Of course, you got yourself disqualified at North Green. What was the point of that? What strategy could possibly come from getting disqualified in a match with a man who you obviously believe you can beat one-on-one?
The strategy there was, number one, did I lose the belt? No, I did not. Secondly, I had to teach him a little lesson. He was getting a little too big for his bridges, and he still is. Henceforth, the last man standing match, because Blade Gibson is all about never die, never give up, always get back up no matter how much you fall. But when that referee hits that 10 count and Blade Gibson doesn't get up, I'm going to show everybody exactly how much of a phony and a liar Blade Gibson is. And a failure, just like his mother.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight Draco defends the SOM Championship against Blade Gibson in a last man standing match. Draco, thank you for your time.
Oh no, thank you. You let me get a few things out in the open. Just remember, next time you call me a coward, I ain't gonna be so nice.
Got to be here with the challenger in tonight's main event, the SOM Championship match. Blade Gibson takes on the champion, Draco. Now, Blade, you've had a lot of opportunities against Draco over the past several months. What makes you think tonight is going to turn out any different from the way those matches have turned out?
Because, Scott, let's go back to January when me and Draco were the East Tennessee Tag Team Champions for a very brief bit. He went on and turned on me and wanted to talk about me stealing the show, yada, yada, yada. Later on that night, we had a one-on-one match, and what happened? I had his number. But like a coward, he had to have a woman finish a man's job and get the win on him. But he needed assistance. And then in the triple threat match, I beat him and Maggot Price. What happens? He beats the sore loser and beats me up after the match. And then when I finally think I'm going to get that shot against Ghost, what happens? Draco comes out here and starts beating me down. Draco, there's only one obvious thing here, and that's that you know I have your number. You know I can beat you, and you know tonight you're losing your SOM Championship.
So Blake, you brought up a couple of things. I want to touch on them, kind of here where we are and go backwards. You mentioned Ghost. You were scheduled to face Ghost for the SOM Championship. And then lo and behold, you get attacked, and Ghost reveals himself to be Draco.
Dude, there's something I gotta mention. How did this all work? Because literally a few weeks prior, before he revealed himself, and he just came back after not seeing him since Friday night, what happened? He's out here having a match, and then out of nowhere, Ghost comes out and gives him a cutter. And then he reveals it's him. Something's not adding up there.
So, do you not just think Draco paid someone to make you guys think that he's the mastermind behind all that's happened since January?
It makes sense. Because it once again shows just how much of a coward Draco is. Because he can't sit here and face me man to man. He can sit here and talk to me man to man, cut me down. But when it comes to meeting in this ring, it's always, let me attack you after the match. Let me disguise myself behind a mask and prove that I'm gonna face yourself or whatever. I just don't understand. If he's the so-called greatest, then he shouldn't need any help. He shouldn't need any assistance. But yeah, here he is, always needing help, always needing assistance, and claiming to be the greatest.
So, Blade, obviously you know I'm not the biggest fan of Draco's. I mean, I got the headbutt from hell from him, right? And my head hurt for weeks. So, obviously I'm not his number one fan. But you gotta give a little bit of credit where credit's due. Pretty much a genius plan to run everything the way he did with Ghost. I mean, you also had the same problem with James Anthony. All of a sudden, you and James Anthony win the tag titles, fluke, whatever you call it, you're the tag team champions. And now, James Anthony has to go away. Was all that part of Draco's master plan to get at you from the inside?
So let's go off that. He was trying to get me from the inside. He took James out. If that was the case, why wouldn't he have just taken me out and gone for the SOM championship? Why do you have to take James out of the picture and keep targeting me? There's obviously some kind of thing that Draco sees in me that he can't see in himself, and he's jealous because he's having to target me. He had a lot of other different ideas, but he wanted to specifically have me. He couldn't go after James. He couldn't face me in the bunkhouse. Remind you, it came down to me and Maverick Price. I could have a one-on-one match. You promised me a one-on-one match.
I did.
And it turned into me having to fight the whole locker room. I eliminated Draco second out of literally everybody in the bunkhouse. He then goes on, starts beating me down, takes me out the ring, does some moves. I get back in here, make it to the final two. I'm this close to seeing victory. And what happens? Outwalk Ghost. Comes in here, lays off Maverick Price, lays out me, walks away with the victory.
Well, and you bring that up, which obviously I was there. It made me question everything. Draco was in the match. Then Ghost came out and entered the match to win it. You know, I've got a lot of questions about that. But as much as I don't like the man Draco has became, I honestly think he's got more in store for you than you realize.
Yeah, I know that. I can see that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and belittle his accomplishments. He is literally an SOM Grand Slam champion. He's won it all. He's won the bunkhouse. He's won the Paul Morton Cup itself. And he's won every single championship there is. But I know he doesn't do his research on me. He doesn't see what I do outside of SOM. I sat here and drove a chair through my own brother's rib, my own flesh and blood, and tried to end his career as he's trying to end mine. I took my best guy I thought was my best friend. I laid him up with the kendo stick. What do you think I'm going to do to Draco?
Well, I can tell you this much. We're going to find out tonight in the main event of the Paul Morton Cup. Draco defends his, as he puts it, long time coming, long-earned SOM championship up on the line, once again, against Blake Gibson. We'll see how it turns out. Good luck.
I don't need to. So one thing that's going to happen tonight, I'm going to show Draco's head firmly up his own ass.
Hello everyone, Scotty B here with a very interesting crew of men behind me. No, this is not the Jerry Springer Show, and no, none of them are the daddy. So, guys, we're going to kind of take a break from what we normally do and actually talk to these 6 gentlemen you see in the ring. These 6 gentlemen represent the last 10 years here at the School of Morton, and I'm going to try to hit some broad questions and let y'all share the mic, talk about some stuff. Dooley, Ricky, we're going to start with you. Malik, you want to give him the mic?
Oh, well, you don't know how to talk.
Well,
but I'll give him my microphone. He's never cut a promo.
So here's the thing. Ricky Dooley, you were the first student ever here at the School of Morton.
That is true.
So, why? Why wrestling? What made you decide, heck yeah, I'm going to go sign up to be Ricky Morton's first student?
Tell them about that first day.
What, did I broke the ring the first day? Or I didn't show up. Didn't show up. I never lived that down or lived down not catching Draco. Why did I get in wrestling? Because, let's see, I loved watching it as a kid. I mean, Sting was my favorite.
Nice. So right after you came the gentleman right beside you, Jeff Klepper. Might be the only time he's been called a gentleman. So Jeff, you've been athletic, and I know you're involved in sports outside of this. You're a coach. What interested you so much about wrestling, and why the School of Morton?
So basically what happened with me is I had started like 4 years before School of Morton started, and I was one of those guys, show up, will train me. And I got taught a lot of the wrong stuff, and so I wanted to fix that and get taught the right way, which is why I came for Ricky Morton to teach me. The reason I got into it is the same thing everybody got into it. I loved wrestling when I was a kid, you know. Sting was my favorite too.
So, just to be, you know, as we're here in the ring together, you realize that neither one of you wrestled like Sting, right?
I know that.
Okay, just want to check. Just want to check there. So, what? Or look like him. That's a good point. Let's go down the line over here to Draco for a second. Draco, you know, you've been here a hot minute, and you also are now a trainer with the School of Morton. I'm sure you have stories to tell about training and everything that's happened over the years. Tell us one of your most memorable experiences.
Well, I don't know if I need to do that. These guys are over here waiting to cover my mouth.
I won't.
Well, Ricky kind of elaborated on one of them when we were doing a fairground show. I was coming up the top, and he looks at me getting ready to catch me, and then he just watches me hit the ground. Just moves completely out of the way.
Did it feel good?
No, not at all. You saw half the locker room running up because they thought I was dead.
So, as kind of Ricky's #1 trainer right now, obviously he's got a lot of faith in you. What do you see with the up-and-coming generation that maybe is really good, or something that just absolutely has to change?
A lot of the times it's like, you know, this is something Ricky says it too. You know, they see something on TV and then they want to come in here and do it. They don't know the reason, the motive, the psychology. They don't understand why they did certain things. They don't know how to put everything together and make it make sense. So one of the things that's hard to break through these people, these spot monkeys, as most people like to call them, is making those spots make sense and making everything mean something. I'll just do it and do it.
Let's go ahead and pass the mic down to the zebra. So Willie, when did you join this motley crew?
It was about 7 years ago. I was actually sitting out in the crowd.
Give her light finishes.
Okay, Clay. Actually, I was invited by a performer. No. I was just no. I was just, you know, I loved the way SOM was performing, and
you were a fan.
Yes, I was a fan, and I wanted to do something, but I was a little, let's just say, up in the years to actually be a performer like these guys here in front of me.
You still are.
Yeah, but not you. I mean, I'm the zebra, the third man in the ring.
No, he doesn't.
Every once in a while, yeah, I do. Well, 3, yeah. But that's pretty much how I went, and I said, hey, look, let's see if I can be a referee. And I got thrown into the mix, so to say.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Yeah. But I applied and accepted. And 3 weeks later, I was in a ring refereeing because they only had one ref that day.
Sounds like a problem we experience a lot.
Yes, that's true.
So you went from fan to referee, and you're up, down. Number one, how are your knees holding out? And number two, have you ever learned to count past 2 in English?
No. My knees, they come and go during, a week with my other job that I have. Yeah, these knuckleheads here, they know that I've actually blown a 3 count before, so.
All right.
Raise your hand if he's blowing your mind.
While we're coming down the line here, Roy, RT3. You know, it's funny because a lot of people, if you've ever met RT3 out in public, you'll hear people yell at him and call him, RT3, we want a picture. Roy. Nobody knows what his name is. Obviously, RT3 guys are his initials. What got you started in this? I mean, you were also an athlete in high school and college.
Yeah, I played football in college or high school, and I chose wrestling over playing in college. I went to a lot of independent shows, elementary school and high school, and the one I met Ricky Morton at was Advanced Middle School in Bristol. Met Ric Flair that night. It was a really, really good show, and I was going around to the tables, buying everybody's gimmicks, putting on Buff's hat, and I got to Ricky's table, and Ricky Morton voice, God, you're huge, God, you're big. And I was probably only in the 10th grade. He said, you need to come to my school. I can get you trained. You want to do this? And I was like, I'd never thought about doing this, but when he said that, I was like, yeah, it'd be something cool to try. And I told him I was wanting to finish school. I was only in high school, and I wanted to finish that first. And I got the information that night, me and my mom, and as soon as I graduated in 2017, I think I took the summer, and then I came up here in 2018, and then it's been, since then, I've been here, and I love every second of it.
Awesome. Malik, we're going to let you start this next segment because I've got one question for you, and then I'm going to let you kind of round robin with the guys.
All right.
I'm going to get out of the way because
bad.
this might be dangerous, but I'm going to let you guys, after I answer Malik's question, just so you guys can think about here, tell me some of the stuff that's happened in the past 10 years. What are some things that maybe not stand out in your memory? Maybe? Good, bad, ugly? I mean,
It's all there.
We're gonna pull back the curtain just a little bit. We're gonna do our best to keep it PG, right? Or at least Roy is. So Malik, I'm gonna start with you, and then I'm gonna let you go through this. But my question for you, before you get to that, there's not much you have not done in SOM.
Correct.
You have been a manager. You've been a commentator. You've been in the ring. You have wrestled. You've reffed.
Correct.
Is there anything you haven't done?
I had your job.
Would you like it?
No.
Oh.
No, you're right. You know, my journey started 24 years ago. My trainer, I started a wrestling school here in the Tri-Cities, and it went out of business in 2 weeks. So my trainer took me to Cornelia, Georgia, where I met Bill Bearings over the NWA. That's 24 years ago. The first guy I met when I walked in was AJ Styles. A lot's happened to that guy since then. But my whole point is, in that locker room, the person I sat next to was freaking Ricky Morton. And he asked me who I was, and I told him, and he asked me if I could work, and he basically kind of ignored me for a couple of seconds. He didn't think I could work. So, but anyway, wrestling's a long journey. It's wild how it ends up back to where we're at. When I came here to SOM 9 years ago, Ricky Morton told me, you're done wrestling. I don't want you wrestling no more. I want you using your face, and I want you using your mouth, and I want you helping these guys get over. Because a lot of these guys can't talk, and they need to have somebody to talk.
So before you start the whole discussion about the past 10 years and memories of the good and bad, we made you the face of, that's why we have no ratings. Anyway. Sorry.
Hey, I could have told you that. Well, anyway, we've had a lot of our brothers that have passed away since we've been here at SOM, and I want to get that over with first because that's the most real thing that's ever happened in this building. That's the most real thing that's ever happened in these guys' lives. Because these were brothers, these were people that we worked with, these were people that we loved, and they're gone. And they're dead. Okay? But they're not dead to us in our hearts. And this place is haunted. We kid about that all the time, but that's just not here. These guys, we are all mosaics of people that we've met in this industry. And these people that are gone, we'll never forget them. I know each one of you guys, that was bad. Each one of them. So, with that said, I know this is hard, but I want you to tell me which one was the worst. Which one was the hardest?
you might agree with me on this one. I think all of you know who I'm getting ready to say. It's Maverick. You know, just watching how much potential he had. You know, the size, the mouthpiece, the ability, the agility, his ability to show up late and crawl through a bathroom window. You know, and then he gets stung. Yeah, we see bags flying through the window, and then next thing you know, here comes Maverick just getting stuck in the window. Yeah, don't tell nobody, I'm late. But I think that one, just from what we all saw in him to where it led to him where it ended up, I think that one's probably the one that you know, not to take anything away from anybody else, you know, supposedly, you know, and he was pretty sure he was one of the first ones as well. You know, of course, we've lost other people. Chad, long-time cameraman, that one stung too, you know. Great friend, always gave great advice. You know, dad to Brandon Moore, you know, one of our wrestling brothers here. So just having to, you know, deal with it ourselves, but also try to help him, you know, that's his dad, try to help him get through that as well, you know. That was also another one that hurt pretty well.
Yeah, like Draco said, man, like Eli said, it was tough as far as David, because David was a brother to everyone, right? I mean, he never met somebody, as far as I know, that he didn't like, you know. He would come in and he would, you know, he would help, he would do what he could. He did, yeah, well, yeah.
David lived at the school, and David no-showed a show. How does this happen? Ricky Morton's running around freaking Greenville looking for David. He's in a trailer somewhere. But that's real. But how does that work? How does that work?
I don't know. Another one, though, that I would mention, you know, is Pork Chop. I mean, you know, that one was really tough. You know, working in the ring with him just multiple times. Every one of us sitting up here had worked with him at least a couple times. And just, it came out of the blue, you know. It wasn't expected, and just all of a sudden we found out. Yeah, we had just did a show, and to find out, you know, it was pretty tough. So I would definitely add Pork Chop to that list. And you know, like Malik said, man, we've had a lot of people that have come through here that we've lost, you know, so.
What was wild, though, about these folks that passed away, you guys will agree with this, they live their gimmicks, guys. These guys, and maybe this is great for all the wrestlers, but they live their gimmick. These guys were the same thing outside in the parking lot when you saw them at their house. They were crazy people. And they're no longer with us, but they were crazy people. And that, every time I think about being crazy, I think about all the, you know, the folks that we had in front of us that would just be like, go for it. You know, do it. What do you got? I mean, ask for forgiveness instead of permission in a lot of situations. That's her motto. James is like, I know all that. And speaking of which, none of this, we all agree on this, none of this would be happening if we didn't have James and Lisa opening those doors for us. And, you know, listening to all the bullshit that a lot of people have to talk to them. We got a new motto around here. It's, we don't give a fuck. That's the new motto. It's, well, that is PG in this day and age. I'm sad to say that is PG anymore. You can hear that on a Campbell soup commercial now. You know, but the folks that we've had here now, Ricky Morton. Oh, what about all the Ricky Morton stories, right? See these guys. Like here, you got ribbed. The first day he was supposed to go work for the NWA for his tryout, Ricky Morton started ribbing his ass at 7:30 in the morning. You were supposed to be at NWA at what time?
I think it was 10 or 11.
Yeah, Ricky had to meet him at the wrong hotel at 7:30 in the morning on purpose.
3-hour drive.
Yeah. So here's RC3 walking around Knoxville in his suit, sweating his ass off, looking for Ricky Morton. And it was all rib, wasn't it?
Yeah, he said, I'll be at the Hilton.
Yeah.
Meet me at the Hilton.
He's at the
Okay.
Hyatt. But he's at the Hilton. So it's all up and down. If you've ever been to Knoxville,
Yeah.
it's all
So,
up and down.
So I get to the Hilton, and I'm talking to Ricky, and I'm talking to Joe Kazana. And because Ricky messaged me, and he said, I'll be in the lobby. And I said, okay. And I messaged Joe, because they were staying at the same hotel. And
See?
And I said, Joe, have you seen Ricky this morning? He said, no, not yet. And I said, well, he texted me and told me to meet him at the Hilton, and I'm here in the lobby waiting on him. And he said, we're staying at the Marriott. And I said, oh, okay. And I just went over my head. I didn't even think about a rib or nothing, but I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go to Marriott. And another walk up and down Knoxville.
He's sweating balls.
And
He's sweating balls before he even got
I got there 8:30, 9 o'clock, and so it was pretty close to when Ricky was wanting to.
He's like, where you been, man?
Actually meet, yeah. So.
He said, damn, dude, you need to listen to directions.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But we've seen a lot of characters in and out of here. We've seen a lot of bullies. We've seen people that have come in here, and they're no longer here anymore. So you can take that crap and just do it wherever you do it now, as far as we're all concerned here, honestly.
Which is kind of funny. I mean, how many times have we seen guys that have come in, trained for a couple of weeks, and now they're out telling people, Ricky Morton trained me, you know. Ricky don't have a clue, you know, but they come in and they took a bumper for, and suddenly they're a superstar, you know. And we've had numerous guys come in and leave out. We had, you know, the guy that, a couple of them, but one that I think of, superstar in his own mind. I think he went on to be the WWE, you know, just New Mexico. I don't know what all he done. He's a race car driver, I think now. I don't know, but you don't know who I'm talking about? Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's better we leave his name off. You know, maybe. Yeah. I remember I worked with him one time and told him to grab my arm. He didn't even know what I was talking about. But one thing that we have had, though, is we've had a lot of good times. You know, we've had fun from bumping in the first ring and breaking it every time. How many times did we hit the wall when we were running the ropes before? I mean, if you just look around at the changes, you know, from when we first started, you know, when all of this area right here was everything, right? We had a ring that went from wall to wall, and you would hit the ropes and hit the wall, you know, to what we are today. You know, I mean, and we travel around, we do what we do. Of course, we got all kinds of shows coming up outside the school as well, the fair show and things. And it's just like you mentioned, it's all because of them two. You know, James and Lisa made this possible for all of us, you know. So, I mean, I can't say thank you enough to both of y'all for everything you've done for us, because we wouldn't be doing what we do if it wasn't for both of you.
Before we go any further, there's one more name that's passed away here, and I hate to bring it back down, but
well, I know he's
he deserves this
but he's
spot.
excellent, though. I know that's where you're going, because he's excellent.
Mr. E, he was always such a pleasure to be around. And I mean, I never seen him smile or never seen him frown. I mean, he was always smiling and just.
You know,
He brought so much life into this place and made everybody laugh in the back, and everybody that came back, whether it was a great match or it was the worst match. I don't get to watch all of them, but he talked about, man, you done great, man. You had an awesome match, man. I just can't wait to work with you, man. You're doing great, you know. And even if you knew,
he was a great liar.
Like,
he's an excellent liar.
By no means the best even here. And I'm not afraid to say that, but anytime I'd come to the back, and if I had a match I wasn't too proud of, in my head I knew, man, I missed that, or I messed that up. And as soon as I'd go back, man, you done a great job. Man, you look good. You doing good. You know, always kind of hype you back up if you was feeling down. And I'll never forget Mr. E, Pork Chop, Maverick. I mean, everybody here, Chad. It it was an honor to be around them for as long as I was.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things that are happening that's different at SOM, and this is just some of the new things that are going to be going on. And kind of like Scott said, we're going to kind of bring the curtain down a little bit sometimes and let folks into what's going on. And I know folks love that. There's a huge market for that, but there's going to be more things like we just did here, maybe a little bit more customized and individualized, and maybe some tributes and things like that over the years because these guys deserve them. But with that said, you know, well, let's see, Terry Landell's dead. But it was Buddy Landell was one of the first guys that was here. Actually, you two were here. You guys are in that picture with Mr. Landell, and he passed away about, 2 weeks after that picture was taken. So that's one. We had half of the Road Warriors here. Animal was here. And Dr. Tom. We've had Kane. We've had Kid Cash was just here just a couple of weeks ago from ECW. He was here, right? Manny Fernandez, Barbarian, Rudy Gonzalez. I mean, we could go on. And those are the people that have just been here. Let me guarantee you, all those other folks know who we are. And if they haven't been here, we've been on their radar for a long time. I don't care to say it. They've stolen stuff from us, and it's fine. That's fine. If you take things from Draco, you know, you've done things, and all of a sudden they're on Monday night. Unfortunately, sometimes they're on Wednesday night. But anyway, my whole point is there's a lot of things that this group of people have done that have been duplicated and imitated and ran with, and these guys haven't gotten any credit, but when it's times like this is when we are going to give you credit. So a lot of things, like we said, we've seen a lot of people at SOM. We've had tyrants over the years. We've had sweethearts. We've had different things. We've all learned lessons. Oh, here he goes. I touched the nerve. I knew I would. There you go. That's how I start.
So going back to everybody that we've had here, one person that, you know, I don't think anybody's mentioned yet, one of the original trainers that was here before me, Chase Owens. That's who I trained with, and Ricky Morton both. That's who Klepper trained with. That's who Ricky trained with. I'm pretty sure RT3 got to train with him as well. You know, and one of the bigger compliments for me is somebody that actually got to work with Chase alongside me. It's Klepper. He came into training one day and he said, "You train just like how your trainer trained you." So, you know, shout out to Chase. I know you're doing big things. Too sweet. Too sweet.
And you're right, and there was, I hate to do it again, guys, but there was another one, Austin Henry. Austin Henry was an up-and-coming buck. He was a stud. Dude, this guy made Rick Rude look like he was a fat, out-of-shape old man. But sometimes what we've all seen, guys, is that sometimes demons are stronger than dreams, you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've had other folks go to the other steps. But the important thing is remember when that happens to you and give back to where you came from. Because what does Ricky Morton say about those ass kicks and things? About going up that ladder, there's something about, what is that, Klepper?
I believe that it is, be careful of the ass that you make fun of on the way up the ladder, because it's the ass you'll kiss on the way down.
Well, I could have said it a lot better, but Klepper did it. So with that said, there's going to be a lot of things going on. We broke characters tonight. This guy and I, we've had rivals since the beginning. We've said it all. We've done it all. I've seen everything happen to this guy. He's been hung here. He's been burned here. He's been hit by a truck outside. He's been drugged around. Yeah, and he's like a cockroach. You can't get rid of the guy, man. He's like, you can't get rid of him. But we don't want to get rid of him. We don't want to get rid of any of these guys. And these guys are what I think the stable is. It's like the core. But with that said, the future is bright for SOM. everybody, we encourage all the new faces and seeing all the new things that we can do here at SOM. You guys got one more thing to say before Scott cuts us off? My favorite memory is the Christmas parties that we used to have here at SOM. That this whole room was packed. Ricky Morton was over it. Everybody was drinking a little bit. Everybody's smoking a little bit. Everybody's partying. We had big parties here. We did Dirty Santa, and there ain't been no Dirty Santa than the. You remember the beats with that bitch that was here, and she thought she got some real beats, and there was an empty box. Yeah, David gave her, and she wanted to get that shit back. You remember that? Oh my God. Or David throwing that guy. Oh shit. Jim, yeah. Maverick threw a guy. He really gorilla pressed him and threw him across this whole room. Wow. David stole a golf cart from the golf course down here, brought it up to Ricky Morton, said, "Hey, Ricky Morton, I got you a new present." Yeah, he goes, "Where'd you get that?" He says, "I stole it from the fucking golf course." It's like, fuck those motherfuckers. They ain't coming up here. Oh, I love it. Sorry.
All right, my favorite memory, real quick, before you wrap us up there, Scott. My favorite memory is definitely getting to work in a tag match against Ricky Morton. No, for real. The Rock and Roll Express was my favorite tag team as a kid. And, shut up. But I still remember when they wrote me that day and said, "Hey, you get to work with Ricky Morton." I thought they were ribbing me. I was like, "Yeah, right." And then, yeah, right. Absolutely. I think he retired after that.
Ricky line, "Hey man, did you watch my last match?" He said, "Sure, God, hope so." I think he sucked ass. I hope we don't ever do it again. Favorite memory? No, you had to eat the dog food, not me. No, my favorite memory is with you, Malik. The day that we taped and you went ballistic. We had a training session and yeah, that went bad. Him and I turned into the Briscoe brothers. Yeah. So, here you go, Draco. Give us a good outro. I like that one about your tater tots there.
So because my tater tots are getting cold because they decided to pull me in the middle of eating, we go wrap this up with, I don't know, what was that saying that we used to have? You remember what I'm talking about? No? Nobody? It's been a minute, yeah. No, that's why you klepper everything. You get kleppered. You get kleppered. Thank you everybody for 10 years. Hopefully we get another 10 more. If not, another 20 more. If Scott can put up with me that long, and James and Lisa. And Ricky Brewer learns how to catch. Klepper learns how to throw a kick. Willie learns how to count to 3. Malik learns how to not go ballistic and, well, just learn to wrestle. So. No Samoan drops. Yeah, no Samoan drops. So. Scott, I think it's time. Hey, I think it's time we take it home.
All right, guys. Scotty B back here with EC Dangerously and Prince Malik. Guys, we've heard from a lot of people involved in tonight's show. Let's go ahead and go through the card, and I want to see what you guys think might actually happen tonight. Let's start at the top with RT3 versus Commodore Legion in a no DQ match. Now, we remember where all of this began with Envy claiming, without really using the words, that Commodore Legion was beating her. And then she asked for RT3's help, and we saw what happened a couple weeks ago. Let's start with you, Malik. What do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to stay in my own lane on this one. Okay, this is too much that's going on with, like you said, with the domestic things and all that. You've already kind of probably stepped over the line. I know Bob has already. I'm just gonna stay in my own lane on that one. But I got a lot of things to say about a lot of things, but that one in particular, I'm not gonna.
Well, unlike Malik, I do have a prediction for this one. Undoubtedly, I believe RT3 is going to walk out the victor tonight. Whether he wins the match by pinfall, by submission, or by literally beating Commodore Legion to the point that the ref just calls the match off, I don't care, but I do believe that RT3 walks out the winner tonight.
Well, EC has no problem picking a winner there. Next up, we've got the 30-minute Iron Man match. Shoot and Roosevelt, I tell you, both men have proven time and time again they can go the distance. EC, what do you think?
Well, I got to speak with Roosevelt earlier tonight. I asked him what's with this new change, what's with this new fire. He's told me sit back and watch. He's told me that he's accomplished everything he could as Victor Andrews. It's time for Roosevelt to shine, and I do believe Roosevelt is going to come out on top of this one. It may be a close Iron Man match, but Roosevelt's my pick to win.
Shoot works harder. Shoot not only works harder, but he works smarter. And that's why I, without a doubt, shoot. 100%.
Well, Malik, I do have to correct you one time. It's harder.
That's harder because you gotta be from that end.
We've heard enough. All right, next up, we've got the hybrid championship match when Sleazy Sean Carson is defending against, out of everyone on the roster, Sam Street, because she won a battle royal. Malik?
Well, how do you win? How do you win in something like this? I mean, if he beats her up, then he beat her up. If he gets beat up, then he got beat up. So, I don't know, he might have backed himself into a corner on this one, and I'm sure that's why he's got that smile, because I don't think he's realizing what really happened until actually today.
Well, I am going to have to pick Sam Street on this one. I've made it perfectly clear. I'm a huge Sam Street fan. She's pretty, she's powerful, and I took Sean Carson to Applebee's a couple weeks ago, and he left me with the bill. So I'm not forgiving him for that one. Sam Street's winning.
Interesting, I didn't know about you getting left with the bill, but after tonight, maybe we can go out to dinner and I can leave you with the bill. Okay, not. Okay, I'm just trying. You've got the money, man. All right, next up, we've got another match that's gonna be something. The East Tennessee Championship. Amp Dominic defends against Evan Golden in a blindfold match, because the last we saw of Amp Dominic, he was blinded by whatever Evan shot him in the face with.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing, Scott, is Amp's been shot in the face with a lot of things. I really don't know what to say about this match. Evan Golden, he's super cocky. I think that he's way in over his head sometimes. But with Amp Dominic, he has the skill to do it, but without the eyes, I think Evan Golden's the one that I wouldn't put it past him to pull the blindfold up, tie the shoots together, and hit the win. I'm even tongue-tied now, but I'm going to have to go with Evan Golden on this one.
That was easy for you to say, right? But the thing is, with Amp Dominic, man, he's got that realist. I mean, it almost doesn't matter if he's blind. I mean, he's got that something, you know that, and you know that. But I'm really torn with this one because I do love Evan Golden and I love everything about him. But Amp Dominic is from another place, man. He's from another cosmos. And I don't know if it matters if you can see it or not. But he's got zero. Maybe Zero can be the hero of this thing. I don't know.
Well, tonight we're going to find out the god of the Milky Way galaxy. Will Zero be enough to help him overcome Evan Golden? And trust me, I remember the first time Evan Golden walked in here. He's created a whole lot of chaos ever since.
Nobody's forgotten since the day.
Not a chance. Next up, we've got the East Tennessee Tag Team Championship match. The Gen 3 Express, and oh, by the way, we now know Casey Kazana missed his flight and couldn't be here. Evan Golden has had to step up and tag with Michael Gabriel using the Freebird room to take on Ice Cream Truck.
And that's why that was put in place. So if unfortunate things like this come about, well, we can still work, still make it happen. But you gotta have those two, and those two are here. And I know that they want that back around the waist, because they have not been the same since. I know you're reading those and all that. Everything you hear from them all for a week, another story. But tonight, that is a great match. And think about all the history that's going to be in that match alone.
Well, we know I'm the official sponsor of Ice Cream Truck, so honestly, it's against my paycheck to bet against them. But just look at the size difference between Dump Truck, Squeaks the Clown, and now we know Michael Gabriel and Evan Golden. Evan having to work double duty today. I think that it is highly unlikely that Gen 3 Express leaves here with the tag team titles.
Well, regardless of who leaves with them, I know the one thing EC is most excited about, and that's ICT. You heard Dump Truck earlier say, if they get the win, it's ice cream for all.
Ice cream, baby.
And EC honestly doesn't care if it's for anybody as long as he gets some.
No, and I brought my insulin, so I am ready for the ice cream tonight.
That's good because he's turning it into a diabetes truck.
Oh, right, guys. Before we get any further, our next match, the dungeon match. Hunter Wolf and Ryan Mantis. And I'll tell you, anyone who has seen it on our SOM show, plus the North Green show that just aired, and the fans at home who weren't at North Green didn't even get to see what happened at intermission and how violent that got.
Well, I'm not going to comment too much on what happened between Hunter Wolf and Ryan Mantis a couple of weeks ago. Things, of course, going a little bit off the rails. All I know right now is normally I would pick Ryan Mantis, but right before we came out here, I was looking around. I have not seen Ryan Mantis in the back yet, so hopefully Ryan Mantis can be here and we can have this dungeon match. Otherwise, Hunter Wolf may be the favorite here.
It's funny that you said that because in my conversations with Mr. Wolf, he said, I don't think he's even going to be here. And the way he said it really made me wonder about things with the hospital, the police. We know about all the things that's gone on. They don't know about all that, but legally we know about all the stuff that's happened, the repercussions from those matches.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up. As of right now, 15 minutes before showtime, we have not received the final clearance from medical for Ryan Mantis, nor have we seen him. So we're not really sure what's going to happen. I do know the last time Hunter was set to have a dungeon match, his opponent did not show up.
So he's kind of on a roll as far as that goes.
We're going to have to see if it happens in the next little while. And now, guys, before we get to the main event, our namesake match, if you will, it's the Paul Morton Cup Rumble. We have no clue how many guys are in there. All I know is, guys, I walked through the dressing rooms one time, and I left and went to my own because there are so many people back there, I don't even know what's going on.
You're right, we're not only back to the rafters out here, but we're back to the rafters back there. Because when this brand, when folks from all over the world here at SOM, and we've talked about this before, they start to come. They start to really show up and they want to be here. And we've only got like limited spots, too. Not everybody gets to play. Not everybody gets to play.
Well, you know, it's funny, before you get to go here, you know, last year was my first Paul Morton Cup here at SOM, and you had to enter the Rumble. You know, I mean, you brought out your old mask and you jumped in and...
You never know what's going to happen at us.
And you got eliminated. So, EC, what are your thoughts? Who do you think can take the cup tonight?
This is my first Paul Morton Cup here live as part of the broadcast team. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction for who's going to win this thing. Because I saw him back there, he was eating a Happy Meal, and I know El Scorpio's here, and I think El Scorpio is going to be the last man in the Paul Morton Cup Rumble.
So, go ahead. Come on.
I got PTSD. I went to rehab for this stuff. I can't do that stuff.
You know, I don't know. I can tell you this. The only two people in the building that are not in the Paul Morton Cup are Draco and Blade Gibson. And that takes us to our main event. The SOM Championship, Draco was going to defend against a long-time rival, at least since the beginning of the year, Blade Gibson.
Well, you know what? I got to speak with Draco earlier. I know you spoke with Blade Gibson, and I am excited. Blade Gibson is finally going to get a one-on-one match that cannot end in disqualification for the SOM Championship. I spoke with Draco. He gave me a rundown of his accomplishments. All I saw that as was dodging my question, hence why I brought up the disqualification, hence why I brought up hiding behind the ghost mask. Personally, I think Draco's a coward. You can go back there and tell him that. I'll gladly hide behind you if you do. But I have to go with Blade Gibson on this one.
Draco. The reason is Draco is history at SOM, and the mind YouTube guy. We watch that interview. He has free space in folks' heads. Free. That's his MO. That's the way he works. I've managed him. I've managed against him. He's been a business partner and he's been a rival. But one thing he has been is consistent, and there's no doubt in my mind who is going to walk away with the title.
Well, I tell you guys, it is the main event, and it's last man standing. That's no disqualification. And the only way Blade Gibson is going to be able to walk away with the SOM championship, he is going to have to put a hurt and knock Draco out. I'm not sure that he can do it. I'm not sure that he can't. But all I know is one thing. Guys, the Paul Morton Cup starts in just a few minutes. If you've subscribed below on YouTube channel, at Ricky Morton, you obviously are watching us. The only way to see the Paul Morton Cup is to become a member. It's only $5 a month, but click below, become a member, and once you're a member, you're going to get access to all our shows early, all the premium live events, because we will air the matches from them later, but it's months away, and you don't want to miss what's coming up right now. All I'm going to say, Malik, and I know you were thinking it because I can hear you thinking over here, I don't want to be him after what he said tonight.
Hey, what did I tell you about calling you damn coward, huh?
Oh,
What did I tell you? Did I not tell you what was going to happen?
Yes, but hey, Draco, this is the thing. They asked my opinion.
Oh, they asked your opinion.
They
Well,
asked
guess
my
what?
opinion.
Ain't nobody give a damn what your opinion is, all right? Call me a coward again.
Man down. At least this time it wasn't me. Join us in the next few minutes for the Paul Morton Cup. At least Malik and I will be here, and